Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. We are on our way into... Let's start the wheel. Let's get into the garage. And let's look what we have waiting for us. We have the Aston Martin BD11 16. We've set it up to run some laps at the Tokyo 600. It's quite a tricky little setup, this one. Do you remember the Audi? Not a massive amount of adjustments could be made on the overall setup. We couldn't really push the horsepower any further. Well, this one comes in standard around about 600 horsepower and about 550 pp. We've got this one to 598.83, but any changes anywhere really do eliminate any good, and it goes to 601, 602. So ultimately we're stuck with 1.2 pp below the target, and we can't really make use of it. So let's run through the setup and point out why. Sports hard tyres, adjustable height suspension, not the full package. It was worth a lot too much in pp, but that's set at default. We've got the active LSD controller, and there is no changes available for that one. Downforce, we've got a front splitter and no rear splitter. In every car I've ever tuned, adding a high level rear wing takes the pp down between 6 and 12 points. This one puts it up 20 pp if you put one on. So no rear spoiler, folks. We've got the normal ECU, ballast set to 0, power restrictor set to 100, transmission manual, that brought the pp down at 350. We've got normal turbocharger, we've got anti-lag on weak. We could probably take the anti-lag off and save a bit of fuel, but as you can see, this is going to be a fuel-saving race. We've got the racing intercooler, air cleaner, silencer and exhaust manifold, racing brake system and pads. We've got the brake controller set to 0. We may push that forward depending on what we see on the tyre wear. Clutch and flywheel normal. We've got the carbon prop shaft, and we've got increased body rigidity. All adding up to 598.83, and there's not much else we can do with it. If we stuff extra mods on, we've got to add too much weight, and it really does get negative on the car. Fuel consumption becomes a real nightmare. So I've put an engine on, I've modded it, I've took the engine off, I've put mods on, and I've modded it, I've took it off. It's cost me 2 engines, this one again. So with that being the case, let's get straight to the race. Here we are at the track. Let's go through the settings. Assists, traction control 1, default ABS, active stability management on, and counter steer assistance strong. This one's a rear wheel drive monster. Controller settings, force feedback 5 on the torque and 6 on the forward feedback sensitivity. Now I know it's probably different for wheels, different for people's feels, but I used to be a 5.5er. Back in update 1.31 I changed it to 6. It all depends what you think. So let's have a little rundown what we've got here. We have got 2 cars left. The DB11, sorry, 3 cars left. The DB that we're doing today, Subaru Impreza, and we've got the AMG GT. We're going to try and get them done this afternoon and get them posted over the weekend so that tomorrow I can run the finale, which will be us in a race against all the cars we've modded, just to see if they work out well, see if the AI run the race any different in a custom race than they do in the race, but they're all going to be modded with my mods in exactly the same way. So that's what's coming Saturday night, hopefully, and we'll get on with the race. Let's dive in. So then, fuel map on 1, brake balance to -5 front. Let's get this thing moving. We've got to make progress. We've got to be clean. We've got Mr. Gallo at the front, followed by Mr. Fraga and Mr. Hizal. Here's our teammate. It's a lovely colour, that car there. Every one of these cars we've already done. As we get past the Supra, we'll see the 2 that we've got left. The AMG GT and the Impreza. They're the final 2. I attempted to turn the fuel map down there, and it won't turn down. It's gone down, there we go, there it is, down to 3. We're just going to conserve a bit of fuel going into this part of the race. so that we've got fuel for later on. We're heavy with fuel, and I know it will mean that we've got more fuel and we'll be heavier longer, but that's unfortunately part of the process. So we just got to sit in, be patient. There's the twitch. That's why we need the assists. You should be used to this track now, folks. You should know your braking points. You should know your margin for error, what you've got to leave, what you can't leave. You should know how wet it's going to be as the Porsche and the Mr. Suswillow get together. What I have noticed is just a variation in race lately. In the last race, Gallo really did back off and didn't make much effort on the run-in. Let's brake on the 200, just see where we go. Well, we're a bit slow on braking as we get into the depths of the braking area, don't we? Mr. Suswillow's got more grip than anybody else. The Porsche's right with us. We will go up the fuel map now. We've got 5.5 laps of fuel. I don't know whether that's going to be enough, but we're going to do the same this lap. We're going to get to the end of the start-finish straight. We're going to back that fuel down. So we're in first place, Mr. Gallo. Mr. Hizal in second place. Mr. Suswillow in third. He's making his way through traffic. We're doing 196 as we come out the tunnel, and I've got to brake because they're both blocking the track. My lord. The track was full of car, but we're up into third place. We're going to have enough fuel once we've completed this. So that's us in third. Suswillow fourth, Fraga in fifth, Mr. Cookabun in sixth, Mr. Yamanaka in seventh, as Mr. Suswillow looks like he wants to try and overtake us again. Mr. Blazan in eighth. It's getting a bit hectic. Getting the right car to the right angle there is critical. So Mr. Gallo's making a run for it. We're in third place, but he's just pushing out. He's almost 6 seconds in the lead. We can see him there. Mr. Hizal, we're 7 seconds. So this out lap is going to be roughly a 2:14 if we carry on at the pace we're going to carry on at. And that's given us enough fuel to get to the halfway point, but we're going to get aggressive now. The fuel map's gone to 1 as we approach that bend in the braking zone. Mr. Suswillow's coming back at us. We're almost 7 seconds better than that 2:21. We've just got the run on him. There we go. 4.3 laps of fuel. And that's the end of lap 2. That was a 2:14, which is about where we expected to be. Mr. Gallo has now got a 5.7 second lead. We're just into the 200 mile an hour, so we're going to brake just after the puddle. We're going to attempt to chase him down now, and we need to measure the fuel and make sure we're good to the halfway point, at which point we're going to fuel stop, and we're going to have to take a measured approach to the actual fuel situation. Are we going to have to fuel save for laps 7 and 8? I had the wrong gear there. 5.2, so we're just slowly chopping him down. We do have the fastest lap of the race. That does sit with us. And we're pink against that, purple against that, so this will be a 2:12. But we blew that, didn't we, as we entered the corner? The car just slipped away. It is a feisty devil. Braking on the 200. Haven't really made much inroads into Mr. Gallo. We lost a bit of time by not being able to make it round that final corner quickly. And Mr. Suswillow is again on our tail. 3.1 laps of fuel. We're going to have enough, I think, to make it to the end. A 2:13.233. So that was 0.010 quicker than our time. Mr. Suswillow takes the fastest lap of the race. Let's see if we can change that outcome with this lap. 5.3 to Mr. Gallo at the front. I'm going to leave it in third this time. Leaving it in fourth, trying to get the angle right before we accelerate. My word, she's a slidey beast. This one is a she. It will do it the way she wants to. Just a light rub against the wall there. Fourth gear. We left it too late. We're sliding. Come on. Still 1.8 quicker, but we're much slower at that point. We're going to have to take tyres at the halfway point. She's already not got a massive amount of grip. But look, Mr. Suswillow's catching us again. We're closing in on Gallo, 4.7 seconds. Need to get around this final bend that bit quicker. I'm going to brake later. Try and carry a bit more speed, get on the brakes. Bit more throttle as we come out the corner. A whole second quicker. He's not caught up to us just as quickly as he did last time, but Gallo has managed to pull out the lead that bit further, 5.5 seconds. So he's keeping us at distance. The thing we do know, and this comes with experience folks, is we're racing Suswillow. That was a 2:12.154. We know the guys can go 3 seconds quicker than that. They can do a 2:09, so we're just gonna lift the throttle at the end of the straight and just give ourselves some braking room. Just gonna try and save a bit of fuel off the top of the lap there. What I would like to do as well is try and get these corners right and not slide into any walls. See if we can do a 2:10 before the break. A 2:10 on this lap would be terrific. Gallo's down to 3.7 seconds. We didn't quite get that part of the lap right. She's twitchy, feisty, she doesn't like it. Down to the fourth just to get this corner correct. Better through there. There we go, another 1.1. So we're going to be with Gallo just before he takes to the pits, which is a good recovery, considering as we've fuel saved. She still won't go around the corner very quickly. Doesn't matter how much I steer with my body, it won't make it turn any quicker, but that's a whole 2 seconds quicker by the looks of it. 1.1 left of fuel. We're going to have to do the lift at the end of the straight. Is Gallo going to the pits? Yes, he is. He's not going to stop as long as we have. But a 2-stopper here is fruitless. That was a 210, 217. Sorry, 272. So we're about a second ahead, a second behind what Gallo is capable of. He can do 209 too. I've seen him do less. I've seen him do a 2090. We get no prizes for setting fastest laps on this race, on this lap. We're going to have to just try and conserve fuel, because look at that, 0.6 of a lap remaining. We're going to have to pop that down to 3 to get us home. Then we're going to stay in fuel map 3 for 2 laps after pitting. But a 210 is pretty decent. That puts it in the top 10 or 12 cars. Half a second slower, but we are saving fuel to make sure we get home. Out onto the marbles there, that's not good. We are 12.6 seconds ahead of Suswillow. So whilst we managed to catch up to Mr. Gallo, we also break the back of Suswillow. It's highly likely that he's going to carry on and not pit at the same time as us. But we've had stranger things. We've pulled out another second, 13.2. Now we're heading for the pits, so we're going to crank the fuel up. Here we go, it's going to drop to 0-0 just before we get in. There it goes. We're going to change tyres, definitely, and we're going to refuel all the way to 6.2, and then we're going to have to change down the fuel. That's the tyres on and gone. So Suswillow and Cookerman don't pit, they carry on straight through as we get to 50% fuel. Mr. Hazal carries on, Fraga carries on. Mr. Beauvoir's come into the pits, Blazan carries on. Mr. Grady comes in. We're away on the fuel map 3. We're going to try and save fuel. Going to give ourselves the best shot at getting the fuel all the way to the end. We're in 9th place after that stop. It certainly is down to cars with better fuel economy that can go faster, that seem to perform better in the race. It's finding that perfect mix though. Cars that can go fast, and it's overall time that matters. So I don't anticipate that this car will have a good shot at getting into the 26s. I think this is going to be a 27 pluser. And I haven't completed the race in her before. Still in 9th place, some 21 seconds behind the leaders. I'm expecting them to pit this time round. Where is Gallo in the mix? Do we know where he is? Is he ahead of us? Is he up between 4th, 5th and 6th place? Is he up there somewhere? Miazano is the car we're racing in the next race. 5th gear round that corner. 5.4 laps of fuel to go. We're doing alright for fuel. Mr. Miazano had some dentage on the back of his car, and that was nothing to do with me. Suswillow goes to the pits then. We're not being timed. Cookabun goes to the pits. Fraga goes. There's Gallo. He's up into 3rd place. He's now into 1st place. Everybody in front of us except for Yamanaka goes to the pits. So that'll move us up to 3rd place. We're 9 seconds behind the leader. So we're going to take Mr. Yamanaka on the left-hand side. There goes Gallo. We're still in fuel save mode all the way to the end of this lap. And then we're going to go Billy Oates and go for it. We only fuel saved on the straights last time. We were going full guns down and round here, so we had to fuel save for the final lap. So we're going to do the full 2 laps here, fuel saving on fuel map 3. And then we're going to go chase him down. 9.6 seconds. We are anticipating that he is going to pit, but we don't know which lap. One would suggest he'll go in at the end of 8 and do 3 stints on 4, but he sometimes pits on the 9th. We've taken a second out of him. One of the main reasons to perform these races is to find out if they're decent for grinding. And I can tell you now, folks, while this race is not boring, it's certainly one of the most taxing races I've had. I'm feeling it. Gallo's gone to the pit, so we're 9.4 seconds behind. We should be on the full beans. I forgot to change the power back up, but should have changed it back up there. So we're into 1st place. That last lap at 2:11.8. So even though we're fuel saving, that's a decent lap. So let's get it going on this one, and then the next lap, lap 10, we will attempt to set a 2:09. I don't think it's far away from us. Braking as long as I could into that corner. So we're in the lead of the race now by 6 seconds. Yamanaka just carries on. He's not pitted at all. Cookabun and then Gallo. So is Cookabun in the position to take the 2nd place? We don't know. A little bit of oversteer there, and then the understeer came in. Front end sliding, whoa! Sometimes she just lets go. She gives you that false sense of security that you've got it. This won't be a stunningly quick lap. I'm expecting Gallo on the next lap to put in a real feister of a fast lap. We'll find out. So we lead over Yamanaka. Cookabun 3rd, Gallo 4th, Suswillow 5th, Mr. Solis in 6th place, Fraga in 7th, and Hizal in 8th. We've never seen Hizal really compete in this race, but we've seen Solis be up there for a while and then fall away at the end. Yamanaka is certainly riding high today. Sort of swap positions with Suswillow. Here we go then. This one will be another slow lap in the 2:11s, I would have thought. Now we're going to try and put a good one in. That's a 2:10.6. So not overly poor. We had that one clatter into the wall, which I need to resolve. I need to put a better lap in. We're good for fuel as Yamanaka goes to the pits. So there's Cookabun in second place, 12 seconds behind us. Front end's just washing out on us. She sounds well though, doesn't she? It's a great sounding car. Just putting that anti-lag on gives you those burbles as you lift off the gas. It absolutely sounds electric. It's stunning. Gives you those goosebumps and the hairs on your arms go up when you hear that sound. Faster. Not seemingly going to be a 209 though. So Gallo still at 13 seconds behind, which means we're going to definitely be a 27 plus. Nice tighter line in, tighter line out. Short shift away through the gears. Almost over two-thirds quicker. Almost 9/10 quicker. Which will put us into a 209.3, 209.4. Which is pretty low. A 209.3, there it is. So Gallo will have to go great guns, and he is, he's catching us. Let's see if he puts in that fastest lap this time round. I'm watching it, he hasn't. Is it down to Suswillow to do that then? Almost a 10th quicker at this point of the lap, but I think I had to brake excessively there to hold it into that corner. We've still got that fastest lap. Don't think that'll be purple, no. Just being a bit cautious. The rears are just starting to slicken up a little bit. But we've got enough fuel, it looks like, to give it the full beans. It looks like there's a race on between Gallo and Suswillow behind as we missed the apex on the entry. Sorry, it's Cookabun and Gallo that are fighting behind us. So there's an opportunity there for Cookabun to potentially overtake Gallo and take second place. If that's where the race is, they are together. It looks like Gallo's just pulled away. A 2:10.7, a 2:10.7. Not too bad a lap time, but not a 2:09. Let's see if we can just try and defend that fastest lap one more time. Gallo's gone to the pits again, relinquishing that place for Cookabun. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. He's pitted for the third time. How is that even possible? He had 21% of fuel left. That is so unusual that he's pitted for 3 times. That's given up that race. Suswillow, the Brit, comes into third place then. Cookabun looks like he's got second place sewn up. As we are 2/10 purple. I'm going to try and maintain that as he fights the car into the corners. Opposite lock in the middle of the tunnel. 5th gear early, but dragging the car through. She's kicking and screaming. Don't know where we're going to be in time. I just bounced off the wall there. Still purple. Charging down. I have a feeling this isn't going to be quick enough. We short shifted and bogged the engine down a bit. No, we're a second down, but pretty sure we've got this tied up. Only 18 seconds in the lead, and the clock's already gone past the 27, so she's not fast, but it's a winner. The DB actually gets the win, and we run out of fuel just before the line, just to rub it in. We're going to have to coast our way to the end. You can see the flames in the exhaust. That'll just be the fumes burning off, because that's all that was left. And there it is. We win by 17.9 seconds. Nowhere near leading anybody, lapping anybody, but a 2:09.331 as the fastest lap. Means it's not a slouch. Wins the race, fastest lap with a 2:09. No clean race bonus because of that tap, which is a shame. It would have been better if she got that, but hey, that's the way it goes. Where does that put us? 29 million. There we go. Happy days. And 6-star roulette ticket. Lucky days. Happy days. Quite happy with that. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on the next one. All the best. Take care. I'd love to know what you think about it. If you're going to try and map it yourself, try and give it your own setup and see what she does. We'll hear from you soon. Take care.